Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the first of the C.S. Moore Studios Little Minxies statue series. This is Joseph Michael Linsner's Sinful Suzi. I like Joseph Michael Linsner. I'm a big fan of Dawn and Sinful Suzi and Dark Ivory, and I like his Wolverine Black Cat Claws series he did for Marvel. But this is not based on artwork by Joseph Michael Linsner. This is done in a more cartoony artwork style by Manuel Carrasco. I hope I'm saying his name right. And that kind of artwork is more suitable for this Little Minxies style line. I like what C.S. Moore Studios does, but I see their stuff at San Diego Comic-Con, I see a lot of it at my local comic shop, and I just marvel at how goddamn expensive it is. I can never afford any of their stuff, so I really like the Little Minxies line because it's cheaper. This thing only retails for 45 bucks. It's meant to be more affordable. It's a lot smaller than the usual stuff, and it's also less detailed. And I don't want to say less well done, but it's meant to be a little more affordable. But because of that, it's a more basic statue. You can see where all the pieces connect. You can see the arm connects there, and the boobs connect there. Her top section where it connects to the butt, you can see like the little connector piece there. You can see where the legs meet the thighs. In fact, there's like a gap in the space there. I could actually fit my fingernail in there. And that's not too bad. I mean, it might be annoying if this cost a lot. I mean, I'm used to those kind of scenes with action figures. But as a statue, it's a little jarring, but also for such a cheap statue, it's not that big of a deal. And, you know, when you look at it from a little further away, you don't even really notice it. So that's cool. Now, taking a look at the statue itself, it's in a good little pose. I mean, her feet are really well placed on the base. She has a good line to her legs. If you're not familiar with the character, I mean, this is kind of what she wears, and if you look at a lot of his artwork, she is usually topless, so this is not out of character. One of the things I do like, though, is the shading that they've done on her stomach. You know, this could just be all white, but there is like a little tan, light brown shading going across her stomach. It's also growing across the inner part of her boob right there. And it's also on her back. You can see it right on the back and a little bit on the arm, and I thought that's a nice touch. I do like the pose they sculpted her in. I think her smushing her boobs up with the pitchfork was actually a really crafty idea to, like, cover her nipples up so you can make a statue that you can sell in an open window box in stores and not really get in trouble for it. But also, it's a little cartoony, cutesy little idea. It's a very pin-up girly kind of covering things up, tease kind of thing, but it's also kind of cartoony and silly. So I dig that. Now let's take a closer look at her face, because there's a lot of interesting work here going on. It's such a simple design as far as like the rest of the body. It's white with a little bit of shading, but there's a lot of shading above her eyes. And there's a lot of shading not only just above her eyes, but like on her cheeks too. There's like a nice little subtle cheek shading. And her lips are painted well, and she's got like the Chola lip liner. And her eyes look good. And I also like the little angles that are coming out of her eyeliner at the edges. I think that's really cool looking. But the eyes are really well done, I think. Creepy cat eyes, I think it looks cool. And the hair's interesting, because it's an overall fine sculpt, but they did this kind of like black wash across it. And it's weird, it looks more splotchy. It almost could look like marble highlighting, but instead it just looks like weird little black globs. Again, if I was paying like 300 bucks for this, I'd say, hey, what the hell? But for like 45 bucks, I figured, hey, that's cool. I gotta mention that I think they did a great job sculpting her face. You know, just from a design standpoint, she's got cute nose, she has a good shape to her cheeks, a good shape to her eyes. I think they did a really good job with that. And just overall, they did a good job sculpting her. She's got like really good lines. She's got like a really good shape to her body with some really good curves. You know, like if you follow like the arch of her back down to her butt and down to her legs, there's a lot of good S lines going on there. So I think that's really cool. And again, since I don't normally get C.S. Moore statues, I'm really happy that they made something that's kind of cheap and affordable for schmucks like me. And what's cool is, since I ordered this and I was one of the first 300, mine is signed by Claiborne Moore, and it also comes with the artwork print that inspired this. So I think that's pretty cool. Overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I look forward to more statues like this in the series. Thanks for watching.